The sky tore open, not with the roar of thunder but a silent, chilling rent in the fabric of reality. A colossal spaceship, sleek and menacing, descended upon the Earth, casting an ominous shadow that stretched across continents. Panic surged through the streets. Cities, once vibrant hubs of life, were plunged into chaos as humanity grappled with the arrival of the unknown. The world watched, holding its breath, as the unknown descended upon them. The silence was shattered. Energy beams like celestial blades sliced through the sky, leaving trails of fire and destruction. Buildings crumbled, reduced to dust and debris in the blink of an eye. The invaders had arrived, their intentions unclear, their technology far surpassing anything known to man. Fear, primal and consuming, gripped the hearts of millions. This was not a visit. It was a conquest. Amidst the chaos, a glimmer of defiance. Pockets of resistance flickered, fueled by desperation and courage. Ordinary people, thrust into extraordinary circumstances, found strength they never knew they possessed. Their backs against the wall, they refused to surrender their world without a fight. The human spirit, though battered, refused to be extinguished. The Earth, once a beacon of life and laughter, was now a battleground. The fight for survival had begun, a desperate struggle against an enemy that seemed unstoppable. But even in the darkest of times, hope, like a stubborn ember, refused to be extinguished. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, a terrifying testament to the fragility of existence. From the ashes of destruction, heroes emerged. Not soldiers in uniform, but ordinary people thrust into extraordinary circumstances.
A doctor, her hands once dedicated to healing, now wielded a scalpel with the precision of a warrior, tending to the wounded in makeshift hospitals. Her eyes, reflecting the horrors she had witnessed, still held a flicker of hope, a refusal to succumb to despair.
A young hacker, a master of the digital realm, used his skills to infiltrate the alien communication network, searching for weaknesses, for any advantage in this desperate struggle. His fingers danced across the keyboard, a symphony of code and defiance, a lone warrior battling in the ethereal realm of cyberspace. He knew the risks, the potential consequences, but the survival of his loved ones, of his world, fueled his determination.
A grizzled detective, hardened by years of battling crime on the unforgiving streets, found himself facing an enemy unlike any he had encountered before. His cynicism was challenged by the sheer scale of the invasion, yet his instincts remained sharp. He knew that knowledge was power. Understanding the enemy, their motives, was their only hope. His investigation began, a race against time in a world teetering on the brink of annihilation.
And then there was the soldier. Haunted by the ghosts of past battles, he had sought solace in the tranquility of civilian life. But the invasion had awakened the warrior within him, the ingrained instincts of survival and combat. He knew the odds were stacked against them, but he refused to yield. His training, his experience, were all that stood between his loved ones and oblivion. He would fight for them, for humanity, until his last breath. In the desolate wasteland that was once London, a group of survivors huddled in the underground tunnels, seeking refuge from the relentless assault above.
Among them was Sarah, a young woman who had lost everything in the invasion. Her spirit, though broken, still held a flicker of hope. She used her knowledge of the city's underbelly to guide her fellow survivors, her determination fueled by a mother's love for her missing child.
Across the ravaged landscape, in the ruins of what was once Tokyo, a renowned scientist, Dr. Tanaka, worked tirelessly in his makeshift laboratory. He believed that understanding the alien technology was the key to defeating them, to finding a way to repel the invaders and reclaim their planet. Driven by the memory of his family, lost in the initial attack, he poured every ounce of his intellect and willpower into his research, clinging to the belief that knowledge was their only salvation.